Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so we get the simul going. So let's go d4. Do what I usually do. And I hope the tech setup is working fine. Yep, let's mix it a little bit with the moves. And okay, some more d4. Maybe one c4 mixed in. I mean, sometimes I do e4, maybe one or two games for variety's sake, but I try to stay within my comfort zone in the simultaneous displays, not playing stuff that I really don't know. Okay, so seems like, oh, Taylor Swift. So let's see. Not yet through all of them. Here we get the first game, which is on move 2. Yeah, let's do Queen's Gambit declined. C4, all the standard stuff. Tired dad. Okay. And here we get a e4 position. Yeah, I can go back to the French here. No, probably not. Let's stay within the normal parameters that I know. Okay, Benoni, that's good. Okay, maybe a g3 kind of setup. And here, maybe I can do something else here, like a bishop's game. And Queen's Gambit. Really have to be quick. If you lose lots of time here in the beginning, it will definitely be tricky at the end. So trying to dash out the first moves pretty quickly. Chigorin defense, that's not great to face in a simul, those kind of rare openings, but okay. Okay, and a Banco. Yeah. Let's decline it, or maybe Queen C2. Maybe Queen C2, that's not a bad line. E4, and yeah, kind of a Bogo Indian here. Yeah, speaking of the Bogo Indian, yeah, I can't resist. My book is ready. Yeah, but okay, it's about the simul here, not about my book. But I actually today received the copies from the publisher. I've ordered some copies myself for some friends and some channel viewers. So I got those just today. Okay, a King's Indian, and here we got a Nimzo. In fact, I'm going for Queen C2, and here Bishop G4. Yeah, let's just develop and castle. Okay, C6. That's one of the main theoretical moves there. And a King's Indian. Yeah, and here we got the Italian game. Yeah, just let's play normal stuff. And King's Indian again. Yeah, maybe some H3 baseline. Yeah, someone tells me that I shouldn't look up things in my book. Yeah, I definitely won't. That's not really what you should do during a game. Okay, so d6. Yeah, maybe just castle. And here d3. Yeah, the Italian game. The old lines here with d4 really lead nowhere, so d3 is good. So, here Queen e7. Maybe I can go knight c3 here. Oh, knight f6. That's a bit unusual here in the Chigorins. Knight e5 should be a good move, so let's do that. And here maybe e3 versus Taylor Swift. And here, what do I go? Maybe bishop e2 and knight f3. And here this Dutch defense. Okay, he goes going d5. Yeah, he really seems to know his theory here. Okay, going back, and here I have to cover the pawn. Let's do that. Okay, we got a semi-Slav here, playing with e3, and here maybe an Averbach. variation. Oh yeah, queen b6. What are you going to... I think knight c3 is right, but not totally sure. And here maybe a Petrosian system. Ah yeah, interesting. Here maybe I'm going bishop b3 is good. I'm trying to be quick, yeah, not spending too much time. I will always be a little bit behind in time, but it's not much that I can do. But I have to be really quick to make sure that I'm not losing too much time. Okay, queen a5. That's a somewhat weird move. Bishop d2 is threatening knight d5, so that should be good. Okay, he spent lots of time here, so g3. Yeah, what to do against Miss Taylor Swift? Yeah, let's do the samish. Yeah, here we got the classical Dutch or Ilyin Yanevsky variation, the favorite of Simon Williams. I actually recently read a bit of his book there, The Killer Sicilian, the Killer Dutch, where he promotes this opening, but I have to admit I forgot everything. As usual, yeah, you tend to forget stuff. Okay, here I'm going c5, castles, bishop g2, yeah, really dashing out the opening moves. Taking here, and okay, in this Benoni here, black is playing very slowly with a6 and b6, so I'm trying to do f4 here, playing aggressively. a5, yes, but Williams doesn't like this move. I have forgotten why, though. What is the problem? What was the problem? Was it rook e1? I cannot remember really. b3 was going knight e4. That much I can remember. Maybe rook e1. I don't know. Okay, queen d5 here played by my opponent. That's interesting. Not taking with the e-pawn. Huh. Yeah, maybe just bishop d2, or he can play queen f5. That's this whole idea is known. Oops, I'm jumping to that one. Okay, come on, I'd like to play e3. Yeah, let's do e3, and here knight to f6. Yeah, yeah, let's just develop. And here knight b6 was played. So here my opponent has played a very early bishop to e6. I wonder if I have some opportunity here to try to use this thing. Not quite sure if there is some idea. Usually you have the bishop on e7 in that position instead of e6. Yeah, but it's difficult, yeah, here to spend that much time here in the opening. Okay, here knight e5 is interesting, so I'm going to do that. And here d5. Yeah, that's a modern way to play this here with quick d5, avoiding the queen trade. And here queens are already traded. Yeah, here this guy is just playing mainstream theoretical stuff. And here d5 and knight e4. I think wasn't queen d3 the issue here, or was it knight takes e4? I really cannot remember. Let's do that. Okay, so here I'm going to gain the bishop pair. c5 here. Yeah, okay, bishop d2. Okay, so an early bishop g4 here, so let's go bishop e2. Oh, that's an early f6. Okay, so b4 was the idea anyway, and castles. Okay, yeah, here a very quick knight bd7 was played. Maybe I can get in knight d2 here. Knight f3 and f3, and yeah, play quickly. Yeah, that's the way to do it. b4. Yeah. What about this? Knight c5 is maybe coming soon. Yeah, maybe prophylactically removing the bishop is not bad. And here, maybe just e3 or g3. Yeah. How do you play here with g3 or e3? Maybe g3, I don't know. And here a6. Well, I can go b5 anyway. The question is if I should do it now. Well, probably, yeah. If I've got the opportunity, I should use it. Okay, and here knight d2. Yeah, here I think c takes is better in this Benoni. And here, yeah, we have transposed some mainline, yeah? Some mainline theory here. Queen d7, huh? Is he trying to castle long? That would be cool. Let's go b5. Okay, so she's really trying to attack my pawn here, right? Okay. So knight c6. I think normally you take on d4, if I'm not mistaken. Huh. Okay. So let's just, or what do I do here? Like d3, knight d2 maybe, yeah. And again, a normal theoretical position. Wow, this guy went d4. Are you serious? That's kind of a cool move. So if I take f6. Can also move the knight, of course. Maybe I should do that, right? What is he playing after knight b5, actually? Let's do that. Okay, yeah, I wonder if I should pin here with bishop g5. Probably not. Okay, bishop g4 here. That's a very unbenko-like move, actually. Maybe knight bd2. And here I can just capture due to the a-file pin. Wow, d5. That's not what I expected, really. So c takes. Oh, she wants to take on f1. Didn't she have a song, I Knew You Were Trouble, or something like that? Okay, so he took on c5 here. Yeah, knight d5 is maybe coming. Yeah, well, okay, that looks like a normal move. Okay, d5. And here, what am I doing here? Just knight f3? Is there some kind of wacky tactic on e4? But this is a normal theoretical line, right? Knight f3 should be okay. Takes. Yeah, there's no tactic. Okay, knight f3. Knight e5. Yeah, okay. I take on. Have to recapture, of course. So, what about this? Knight is here on d4. If I take it, the long diagonal is opening up, but not sure. And this, he's got bishop b3 here in the mix. Maybe just rook b1 or bishop b3. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, bishop b3, but okay. Yeah, I think there was a Shirov game where he took with the b pawn, if I'm not mistaken, and then e4. Let's do that. Okay, here there was queen d4, grabbing that pawn, right? And attacking the bishop. Okay, here that was clear. I had to move the rook probably, so I'm just going back now. The knight was hanging. And here, just the normal stuff. I have to recapture. And here, well, e6, that looks brave. He's opening up the center here. Let's take it. And here, what am I doing? Like rook d1, knight f1, maybe, yeah. Let's grab the bishops and open the position. Ah, he's just got knight b4. Yeah, that was silly. Of course, yeah, why not? Of course, yeah, and this means some unwelcome simplifications. Sure. Not much that I can do here. Okay, so he went back to e6. So f4 or bishop f4 or what exactly? Well, f4 will definitely keep the pawn. So let's do that. And here, yeah, well, e5 is the only move. Oh, well, it's not the only move. I can go bishop g5 actually. That's not totally crazy. Or e5. Bishop g5 is threatening e5, huh? I need to check the ratings here. I don't see it actually. Okay, so let's go bishop g5. Oh, wow. He retreated. I have knight d5 now, right? The discovered attack here. Winning a pawn. Okay, so here knight d5 was played. That's interesting now. I can go e4 and spoil his castling, right? But I wonder if this is actually the most promising continuation. I also have queen a4, just getting this back, or knight a3. In fact, is also a move. Maybe this one. Difficult to say. And here I'm going to go e5 next. Yeah, this is a bit of a shame here. Yeah, I had to give up my bishops. Okay. So g6 here, yeah. Okay, bishop f4, I guess is right. And b6, that's interesting. For bishop a6 maybe. That's interesting. Okay, let's start with this. And here, knight d8. So he's probably preparing f5. The question is if I should play just on the queen side or a move like h4. It's also quite tempting. So let's go h4. And he really castles long. That is brave. That's a really brave decision. Okay, let's go a4. Speaking of brave, what about this? g5. Wow. In one word, wow. Okay. Yeah, okay. If e4 is wrong here, something is entirely strange about this whole game. So let's go for the normal move. Okay, I'm going to take here. Okay, so she's got h6 here, right? And I have to take it. Okay, what can you do? So let's just go here and retreat the knight. Yep. Bishop e6. That's interesting. Trading here. I wonder. I mean, his pawn structure is definitely quite compromised after that, but he's got the f-file, so it's not a totally clear issue if I should take on e6. I don't know. Maybe I should. Okay, difficult. Let's just castle. Okay, and here I thought e5 should be the right continuation. So let's push. Take here. And here, well, I can take the bishop or the knight. Let's take the bishop. And this, yeah, h6, huh? She's playing well. Huh? Okay, let's take here. And here g5. Wow, that's a cool decision, really. I wonder if I should go. Even g4 is kind of a move. I don't know. And h6 is interesting. Let's go h6. Yeah, here I'm going to take on c4, I guess. Aha, back to d5. Yeah, black's position is not that terrible in this game. Even though long castles looks kind of weird, it's not like I can very easily punish it. At least I don't see it. Okay, knight takes c3 is the current threat. So, yeah, a move like a bishop b2 is very slow actually. It blocks the b file as well. Yeah, maybe just this one. Okay, so here just knight c5 was played. Maybe queen d2, normal move. Yeah, let's just dash out some moves here. Bishop went back to h8 here in this game. Okay. So if I take here, take on f5. Let's do that. He's not trading queens. That's an interesting decision. Okay. Take this pawn and castle. Yeah, that's interesting, right? My king position is not good. It's really not good. Maybe I should just try to get the queens traded. Okay, and here I have e4. I'm not sure about the move, but I can try to kick the knight away. Then knight to d6. Or knight d6 immediately. I don't know. Well, let's start with that. Okay. He really wants to checkmate me here with h5, yeah? Holy moly. Yeah, well, the h file is it's quick, but let's push my pawns. And this one, yeah, and here in fact bishop a6 was played, yeah. So my idea was to play just queen e1, getting out of this pin. So let's do it. And this, and here we actually get queens traded. That's good. Okay, so he went f4. Yeah? As Simon Williams wrote in his book, you have to play f4. Okay, so here maybe b4, b5. Developing. And here maybe rook e1 for bishop f1. Yeah, here my idea was bishop g4, trying to get to e6 or trade this bishop. Yeah, b5. I think a3 is the normal reply. So, dashing out move after move. So, what about the software? It basically tells me that I'm nowhere. That is okay. Now I'm actually. It's my move somewhere. Software told me that actually my opponents are to move in every single position, which was hard to believe, but usually the software is right. Okay, knight here. Yeah, mate, just to d6, right? Yep. Okay, knight d7. So the knight might just come to f6, or she might play c5. Yeah, I have to get the king up to coordinate. Yeah, knight g3. That looks. Knight h5 is kind of a strange move, but knight f4. Yeah, maybe knight f4 is just an idea. Okay, we will see. It's pin here and knight e5. We already had this position. Yeah, rook d8 here. Yeah. Yeah, this is just very, very equalish. Let's get out of this D file. Oh, yeah, he wants to trade his bishop here, cutting my bishop pair in half. Huh, okay. Sure. Not much that I can do about it. And here rook e8. Yeah, probably rook e1. And here queen a5. Yeah, but I have bishop d2. Yeah, that's not a bad move, trying to attack the queen. And here I'm going h3. Yeah, making sure my bishop is not chased away. And taking here. Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, time-wise, I'm very okay. I played rather quickly. I am. Okay, so here bishop to e6 can only really be answered by bishop to f7. Huh. Yeah, let's do that. Here I can take. Yeah, what about this? So do I just go b6 here? I am opening up the whole thing. Man, come on, let's not waste more time there. Have to be quick with the attack in this dragon type of position. Okay, so here I can go b5 and then bishop b4, which is probably a good idea. Going back here. And yeah, I wanted to play for d4 in this position, but with the rook on c8, it's not that easy to do. He also has b4. Yeah, maybe start with that move. Okay, takes. Here, rook c1. Yeah, and knight back to c6. Yeah, that I expected. I was thinking that f4 should be okay, but yeah, okay, let's go f4. Oh, that's surprising. I was thinking he would go knight f4 in this position. He was coming from h5. So let's take. And here g4. That's ambitious. So he wants to take on f4 with his rook. And on knight g5, he's intending to go h6. Trapping my knight. Yeah, well, he is trapping the knight. That's definitely true. But, I mean, I can take e6, bishop takes, and then f5. This nets me tons of pawns and a good position. Let's do that, come on. Let's not invest more time. So, what about this position here? I thought queen g4 maybe. Or just takes a knight e4. Take knight e4. Takes. Okay. Wow, knight d4. What kind of a move is that? I'm taking here, right? Takes and the take on f6. I'm threatening queen e6. That wins, huh? Okay, so here knight f6 was chosen by Taylor Swift. Do I go e5? Yeah, probably, yeah. Okay. And here knight e4. Wow, he castles long. Are you sure about that? I have a couple of discovered moves here with my knight. Like knight to b5, isn't that a good move? Where is he going after that? Okay. It's not, we can go to a6. I can take a7, but it's not leading to that much. Okay. Okay. Somehow I still cannot really believe this whole thing. What don't I have some good move here? Like knight d4. e5 or something. He's got queen a6. After queen a6, I don't really see a good move, as strange as it looks. Okay, so what is he actually trying to do? He tries to play a discovered attack with the knight. If I just go here, okay, now I know knight c5. Huh, that's surprisingly tricky. And I'm spending far too much time on that position. But, how can I play this thing? I don't want to give away c4 easily. A queen move looks logical, but where exactly? Queen e4, knight c5, queen c2, bishop c4. Then maybe a knight discovery. I don't know. I have to play a move at some point. So I'm taking this now and then f5. That is good. And here bishop to b4. Yeah, it really cannot be bad. Okay, so she's jumping around with her knight. Rook c1 simply, or c4 immediately. Maybe just c4, right? Let's gain some space here. Castles. No. Well, there's a rook on the d file. That's not going to work. e5. Okay, so knight has taken on b6 here. So I definitely have opened up the position. The question is, how exactly do I continue? Do I play knight a4 here? No, that probably blunders a piece. How do I play this? I would like to open up as much as possible, but how exactly? Like d3, bishop e3 maybe. Well, d3, maybe rook c8 is coming. How do I develop here? I would also like bishop a3 or something like that. What about, is d4 a move maybe? Like d4, queen takes, bishop e3 is definitely good. Pawn takes, bishop f4 check. It also looks like it speeds up things. Let's play that move, not think too much. Okay, so here, well, he traded. Maybe I can get the knight to f5. Let's take here, and here knight e8. So probably f5 is the idea. Let's regroup this bishop. And here, just taking. Yeah, just taking, and then knight e4. Okay, so knight d3 is the idea. Let's keep that pawn here. And now here knight c5. So he's attacking that 3 times. So let's protect the e-pawn. I'm keeping in with my motto, yeah. Keep it simple. It really helps. Let's do this. Okay, so he tries to prevent knight f5, and with success. Am I just going back? Maybe, yeah. And here f5, yeah, that should be good compensation for the piece. So, am I going g3 here? Well, knight e6 is probably happening. Maybe d5. Yeah, let's go d5. Take with a rook. And here, okay, that's a funny regrouping. Getting the knight probably to c6, yeah, interesting. Okay. Maybe just knight e5. Okay, so queen to b6. Maybe I can go queen d2 for queen f4 here in this position. And here I'm going to stay on the a3 diagonal. Here just castles. Yeah, trying to really play simple moves. Here I control e4, which is really nice. Let's see. Knight to e4. Yeah, that was the idea. Tempo on c5. It's not bad. And here, yeah, I would like to play d4, but it does not seem to work. Let's secure this. Okay, so here he went g6. Not exactly a move that I expected. Yeah, okay, let's get the queen back. That was the idea here anyway. So here g3, yeah? g3. Push the knight back. And back to f1. Bishop b4. That looks like it's not attacking anything, right? The bishop is just not very well coordinated with the rest of his camp. Or maybe just e4. It cannot be bad. Okay, bishop g5, just normal stuff. Yeah, here I'm taking and going b4. That was the idea. And here, let's go d5 and b4. Yeah, that was the idea all along for b5. So here he went b6. Yeah, I can go knight to b5 if I like. It doesn't really do much. Or I can just take on c8. The problem is it looks weird to give up the knight against this bishop here because it's such an attractive looking piece, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing against like rook d8 or something like that. Let's take it. And here I will take the pawn, right? There's no reason not to. Yes, yeah, here I thought f3 simply, just cement that knight. Okay, here, yeah. What am I doing here? Knight to e3 or something like knight c4 and then to e3 or... Not entirely sure what's good here. Let's do that. So knight to e7. Is she getting that pawn back? That would be entirely unfair. Okay, let's go d6. And here I think c5 should be good. And queen a4. That was the idea. Getting stuff developed. So if I go d4 in this position, nah, that's not great. It's knight c4 coming. Maybe just this one. Okay, interesting. Here he closed the position down. Okay, let's go. Maybe g4 and g4, h4. Okay, here I have queen to b3. And check coming. Yeah, that's the question here. Yeah, like queen d2 or just queen d2. I wonder if how stable my knight is actually. He's got that g4 move. No, but yeah, it still should be okay. So, what is this? He's counter-attacking. Counter-attacking on f2. Well, that's a cool move. Okay, but I can take h6, right? I mean, I have a number of pawns already here for my... Let's take it. Here d5. Let's do this. And here f6. He actually decided to weaken his king position a little bit. So I'm happy to just go back, having provoked this weakness. Okay, yeah, here b5. He might have some b6 move. maybe start with something like that. Okay, I'm taking here. Yeah, and here I wanted to go bishop to f4 check, and I'm going to do that. Yeah, g4, this is the move that was to be expected. I wonder, is rook h4 takes f3, take f4, ef, gf. His bishop is getting stronger, so probably not a great idea. King e2 is the normal kind of move. Let's do that. Yeah, and this is kind of curious here. If I take with the pawn, where is this where is this heading? The knight is going to f5. What is this? Why is this jumping? Why is this jumping to another position? That's kind of weird. Okay, it's my move here, so let's play a move here. Rook d8. So he just, I mean, I could have taken d6 actually. It's something that I probably should have given some thought. Okay. What about this position? Okay, let's play another move. Yeah, here, yeah, the Taylor Swift game. That really is intriguing. What should I do here? But I can do this, right? And then on e8, that looks good actually. Yeah, what about this position? I was actually thinking if I take and I go, what about rook b6? Rook b6, a, b, bishop d6, queen d6, knight b5. My threat is queen c7 and queen a4. How is he actually defending this position? It looks very dangerous actually. If I take on d6 immediately, then knight b5, that's not as clear probably. So rook b6, a b6, bishop b6, queen d6, knight b5, attacking the queen. Knight b5, queen c5, queen a4. It's definitely dangerous. Not sure if it's winning. That's my issue there. Let's go for that. Come on, let's just go for it. Go back here. Yeah, this position, yeah, that it cannot be really bad for me, but it's not so evident how I'm going to continue. Maybe rook d1 simply. Yeah, here I can take and play d7. So that's just a simple and good way to play. Okay, knight to d7. I was actually thinking queen f4, h4, this kind of maneuver is something. Let's centralize first and then see. So here it is my move, and it's still not much happening. Yeah, let's centralize. It's just totally equal. There's nothing going on. So what's next? Sometimes I'm kind of irritated by the software giving me certain game or not. So what about this? He just took this knight. Yeah. Okay, going to recapture. What can I do? And what is this game? Here, okay, so this guy just took on f3. I'm going to recapture. Let's go to this position here. Bishop d7. Okay. Not quite sure. I mean, this maybe it is just a relatively passive move without a particularly clear idea, or I just don't get it. He still cannot move the b pawn as a6 is hanging. Okay, let's just control e4. That's a good little move. So yeah, I like that position. So here opponent took on e4. I don't have much choice, just recapture the whole thing. And here oh, what is this? He just gave away this knight, right? Yeah, let's take the knight. And now this crazy position. Oh, this crazy Dutch position. What the heck? But I can take a couple of things actually. First and foremost, I can take the rook. So I'm taking this rook, which also really intends to take the bishop on e6. So yeah, that's not going to work. So here, rook c8, just castling, huh? Yeah. I need my rook into the game, so castling here was good. Okay, knight to b6. Yeah, b6 very, very rarely is a good place for the knight in the King's Indian. It's no exception, this position. So h4. Gaining some space is good. Question is if I'm attacking there or am I just establishing that bind. But it's nice anyway. Oh, this is interesting here in this BOGO position. He just took it. I was actually thinking that I'm just playing like normal theoretical moves. Maybe that wasn't the case, huh? Did I just blunder a pawn foolishly? Huh. What is happening here? Yeah, it's not so clear how I get this. How do I get the pawn back? I was just dashing out that move, not really thinking much. So, like queen c2, knight a6. Huh. That's true. He just took the bloody pawn. And, well, why not? Why not? Yeah, knight a6 is just covering the thing. Huh. Yeah, maybe regroup that knight for knight e4 or something. It's definitely strange, very strange stuff. Okay, so let's look at this. This was the Banco gambit. Or is the Banco gambit. It's still from that opening. So, do I just develop? Probably, yeah. Just develop to f4. That cannot be bad. Okay. Yeah, he still has the b file, but I've got two bishops. I don't have an extra pawn. I declined the gambit, so... Okay, so let's jump to this I have those discoveries by my knight, but it's not clear if I really have a good discovery. Yeah, e4. What a weird position. Yeah, let's attack that thing. Okay, so, and there's this Sicilian game that kind of keeps popping up, but I don't really know. Sometimes it's very irritating. Very irritating what game I get highlighted and what not. So now it jumped to another game. It kind of stays on that. I don't really know why the focus is not shifting from game to game. Sometimes a bit strange, to be honest. Yeah, now it actually was working. Okay, so what about this? Here e6 is hanging. If I take e6 and he takes f2, at the end of this, I'm up like a million pawns, right? So I'm taking this. And this is a strange Sicilian game. I don't really get that focused. It keeps jumping back. It's kind of strange. Okay, anyway, this is this somewhat boring Nimzo. Yeah, unfortunately I made an opening mistake in that game and I got nothing. So where is this bloody Sicilian? It keeps popping up and then it keeps going away. It's really strange. Okay, so what about this position? Does this switch now? It doesn't. Really strange sometimes. It's not even my move in this thing. Yeah, here it's my move. Strange sometimes. Okay, so what about this position? Yeah, I have this nice knight there, and I actually could play knight g5 to e6 to win the exchange, but I'm not sure if I really want to do that. My knight is so strong, and I'm also potentially giving up the c4 pawn. But if I check him here, where is he going? To e7? Probably, yeah. No, I like rook g1 more. Rook g1, rook g4 or something. Okay, so, and this position is still very boring. Let's go a3 or something. And it jumps back to the Sicilian and back again. I don't know why. What about this? Can I go to the Catalan game? It's kind of weird. It's really weird how it handles the whole thing here. And here, what about this? Ah yeah, it's my move. That's good. So what is happening in this position? He's trying to play knight to d3. I would like to play... If I go b4, knight d3, queen e2, it's kind of... It's a bit like a self-pin, but he has knight c5 back. It's irritating. It's quite irritating. Knight d3, yeah, cannot really cover that. b4, knight d3, yeah, it looks kind of shaky, but after queen e2, knight c5 back, I really don't have a better move than queen e1. As strange as it looks. Oh, I actually have a better way. I can go c4 in this position. c4, knight back to e6 and bishop b3 or something. I don't know how good that is really. Okay, let's play it. I spent far too long on that. Okay, so next position. doesn't. It should switch automatically, but it sometimes simply does not do it. Okay, so rook g4 here, trying to yeah, get to that rook. We double on the g file or something. I would like to switch to another game, but okay, here this one. Yeah, okay, I have to go to h1 anyway, so it's easy. And again, it switches back to this Sicilian, where I'm probably losing on time because I never get to see that position. Oh, now I get to see the position. Very weird. So b4. Yes, he is attacking the c3 pawn. Yeah. Let's attack the queen here. So next, some new game. Okay, this actually was resigned. That's good. And that also was resigned. That's good. Yeah, a couple of games were ended by resignations, which is good. It's good news. Not only that I'm winning the game, but it also reduces the yeah. In the Taylor Swift game, I'm actually now up a piece. She requested a take back, but it's really far too late for that. I don't mind to give takebacks on mouse slips, but really not on mistakes. If we start doing that, it gets very long. It gets very long, this kind of event. Okay, so knight to a5. Huh. Interesting move, actually. Knight trying to go to c4. Yeah, e5 is hanging, yeah, but I'm not quite sure if maybe I should still just go back, preserving this bishop for the moment. Okay, so what next? This Dutch game. Wow, he didn't take the rook. He's in full-fledged swindling mode, really. So, what am I doing? Like rook f1, probably. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that move, I guess. Okay, so here in that game, yeah, I'm just protecting stuff here. Endgame with the piece up is good. So yeah, that dragon. Now this dragon thing is popping up. Yeah, here my idea was to take and then go knight b5, so I might as well do that quickly. He doesn't have any big options anyway, so knight b5. And now let's see what is coming up. I mean, I think he has to go queen to c5 and then queen a4. It's definitely dangerous, but I'm not sure how good it is. Yeah, queen c5 looks very logical. Yeah, and now, I mean, I actually I have queen d5 as well. That's not an entirely stupid move at all. Yeah, but queen a4. I mean, that was my idea. Let's go for the move. It seems dangerous, very dangerous. After queen a4. So, okay, let's go for a quick move in that game. Oops, get the knight into the whole thing. And yes, this position. Yeah, he just went to c6 here, trying to, yeah, I don't know how to call it, solidify his defenses. bishop. He maybe wants to go knight d7 at e5, so maybe do this. It's not a bad move. Okay, so yeah, the Taylor Swift game was ended by resignation. Okay. So g3 here. Yeah, he's threatening mate. And I cannot really do anything else but this move, right? Yes. So h3. Just one move. What now? What about this? Yeah, he went knight d3 here in this position. So queen e2 was my idea. He can queen e2. He can take on b4, of course. What a silly idea. I was only thinking knight c5 back, but he can of course take on b4. That is kind of stupid. Wow, that means I have to take this bloody knight. Wow, that's not good. Okay. That wasn't very successful. There's a question, yeah, why I didn't announce this stream on my YouTube channel. The reason is simply that I was only returning from my longer summer vacation, including also some work-related activities, and I was just about ready to sort my stuff. I unpackaged, well, my books and stuff like that. I really couldn't announce the whole thing. And I only really late remembered that I had this event. So let's jump to this here. Knight to c4. Yeah, here I have queens. I only have queen c1 really. Or maybe I can take first and then queen c1. I'm blundering my queen. That's no check. What am I doing here? That's no check. Ah. Oh no. I was thinking it's a check. Ah, talk about being unfocused. Ah, what the heck? I was thinking, oh, let's take with check. Yeah, of course, he takes my queen. How much? What do I have for the queen? I've got a piece and rook, right? Okay, I mean, that's not enough, but at least I can continue the game. Brrr, wow. Wow. Okay, so let's look at this. So I'm going to take here and hope that this endgame is good. Wow, what a lapse of concentration. So, queen to h4 here. So, queen f3 was my original intention. So, let's do that. And here, that Benoni, yeah, lots of time was spent in this. Okay, bishop b7. It's not a move that I really expected. The bishop is really bad on b7. So I'm going to get my queen near his king position. So what about this? Am I just going rook f1 here, maybe? I mean, he has some huge problems with his bishop here, so rook f1 is good. Yeah, rook f4 maybe is happening. Maybe this is happening. Okay, so what about this? b6. So rook c1. Yeah, so that's a good one. And here the trade. Yeah, at least that's a simple reply. And here, yeah, well, I have to take the knight. At least I can continue this game. So, what about this? It's a double attack, so I have to take. But I think I'm winning the h7 pawn. Knight g5. Yeah, I have to take anyway, so no use in spending more time. Knight g5. Yeah. So if knight, sorry, king f6, taking that thing. Yeah, I'm taking the pawns. There's no way around that. Okay, that looks like a very good endgame. And here, what about this? Fishmaster took with the rook. Took with the rook. Yeah, that was silly. Yeah, that before move, that was a really silly move. Tja. Let's take. Yes, so knight d7 was his choice. Yes, so what am I doing? Like knight e4 for d6. Knight e4, f5, d6. Yeah, that's probably right. I mean, I think it still was a theoretical position when I went c5 here in this position. So that cannot be so bad, this thing. Would be kind of surprising if it was. So, here. Yeah, well, I was intending to take that. So I'm going to do it. And I can always jump back to e6 and so on. There's something better actually. So if I go here, yeah, I mean this is right anyway. Might as well play it. And here probably like b3, king f3, knight e6. That will win the pawn on f4. Yeah, so let's just win that pawn. That's the simple way to do it. Yes, and this game. This is a funny game. Queen a8, check. King d7. Queen b7, check. King to e8, knight c7, check. If that's not winning, I'm eating my head. I shouldn't make announcements like that, probably. It looks very good though. It really looks very good. I also wonder, let's look at this. Queen a8, queen takes, knight c7, check. I have tons of discoveries. I wonder if there's actually something better. It almost looks like there should be something better. Can also just take g7 at the end of that line. That's pretty good. Let's play that. Useless, yeah. The time spent here wasn't necessary at all. Okay, so here I'm going king f3 for knight to e6. So I'm jumping to this one and e6 played. Okay. So king d2, that will be a longer grind. Take this. And here, so okay, so I can take d8 now. I'm going to do that. And queen e8, it looks kind of weird that he allowed that. Maybe it's not that bad, but okay, let's check. So here, I was thinking queen g7. Isn't that a good move? It threatens the rook there and on g7, I mean. And it threatens knight c7. It's not bad. Okay, I can also check. And then he has to go to e7 or f7. e7 is a double check. So probably f7. Knight takes e6, rook e6, king e6. Don't see a win there. I mean, it looks atrocious, but maybe there's no win. I don't see it at the moment. Okay, so let's look at queen g7, queen b5, queen h8 check. Yeah, the game kind of continues, so that's not that great actually. Knight c7, king f7. I have knight a6. Huh? I have knight a6, and at the end I'm winning the queen or a piece or something. So I can do that. Yeah, that's silly. So this boring game is still going on. Sometimes I wonder if I should just offer draws in this kind of, in these events. Yeah, like in positions like that where simply nothing is happening. Probably offering a draw wouldn't be the worst idea to get those games out of the way. Let's call it like that. Okay, here knight to a4. Yeah, b2 and c3 is under attack. Okay, if I go g3, he's kind of trapping his queen, huh? If he takes it. Okay, but if I well, if he just goes back, it's not clear what my knight is doing there. That is not looking that great. Really not. Knight a4 is a strong move. The worst part is if my c3 pawn is somehow getting lost or taken or whatever, then his knight is jumping all the way to d4. That's not good, really not. Okay. I don't have a good move in this position. That's not great. Okay, I have to do something. Okay, knight e4 here. Okay. I just knight e5 here, right? Let's just go there. Okay, so this is the game where I sacrificed my queen. Okay, bishop here probably. It wasn't really a sacrifice. Okay, yeah, what here? It looks nice actually, but not clear what to do. How to get somewhere. Maybe getting the bishop over to b5 is an idea. Yeah, here I was thinking knight a6, just winning this. I know he's got queen e7. Stupid. Okay, he's got queen e7. That's bad. So I probably should have played the other move. I mean, I still have a pretty good position, but the other thing was definitely easier. So, what am I playing then? Knight a6, as mentioned, is not great. I would like to get my rook into the game somehow. I mean, I can just take and play queen g7 or something. But he has queen e7 still, probably for a queen trade. I should have taken there. I really thought knight a6, but he has queen e7. That's really a stupid mistake there on my part. So if I taking on g7 is not really that convincing due to queen e7. I have queen g6 though. Okay, let's do that. That's a shame. I mean, I had tons of great other moves. Okay, so queen to e7 here. Yeah, trading queens is lame, so going back. And here, that game, yeah, my clock is ticking down like crazy in this position, so let's centralize and see. Yeah, that was disconnected, yeah. Okay, so what about this? He took h3, okay. Don't tell me that he has now like rook e2, b takes c3, rook h2, knight d4, or crazy stuff like that. That would be kind of crazy, really. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so I have to close a couple of windows here to help getting my way around the games. So let's see. Yeah, here, this position, this crazy position. I'm taking g7 now, yeah, just getting that pawn. And here, bishop to e6. Yeah, I was thinking e4, yeah, just finally getting my stuff in order. So, and here, yeah, well, I'm just taking g7 here. Or, wait. Nah, it's okay. It's okay. So, what about, what's this here actually? Rook c8. He's very relaxed here in this game. I have some attacking ideas. Okay, let's start with this. Yeah, and this is this kind of unspectacular position where I blundered this b4 move. The Fishmaster. Yeah, he's got a pretty good position here, the Fishmaster. Just two bishops for absolutely nothing. So like d6 here, right? Or just the queen to take on c5. I mean, he cannot really play b6, huh? Okay. And here f4 and knight d2. That's not a move I expected, which is not a good sign, probably. Knight d2. It's kind of weird. But I can go to b2, right? And then a4 hangs, but d2 hangs as well. I shouldn't really blunder into some weird fork. Can easily happen. Okay, so this position isn't that bad. The only problem is I'm a queen down. Okay, let's centralize. And here, what is his idea? He's just attacking that pawn on e4, right? That's not the most subtle idea ever, but who said you need to be subtle about this game? Okay, let's cover this. And here, knight g5, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. And here, just attacking my queen. So I have to go where? To b7, huh? Probably? Probably to b7. Okay, and this crazy position. Yeah, I'm up a ton of material, but it's still kind of crazy, this thing. So, yeah. What is queen h4 actually doing? Probably not much. I'd like to get the pawn, obviously, this g3 pawn. But is he threatening something? I really don't see it. Maybe just c5 or move like that. Or rook b1, b5. That's actually a good idea. Yeah. Okay, so here he just went back with this rook there to b8. Yeah. What I need is I need my rook there. The rook on f1 that has to play. If I get that rook into the game, I'm definitely not in bad shape. Let's go here. So rook h2, and then you play knight d4, right? Huh. That's crazy. d4, knight d4, rook d4 takes, rook h2. Yeah, that's not really great. Yeah, I hate to say it, but that account is completely blank. It's a completely new account, and this smells like a complete computer game. But anyway, if he played it all by himself, kudos to him. But it feels like a complete cheat. Okay, okay, still have to play that. What about this rook c5? Yeah, or yeah, I can take on d5 with the knight actually. Knight to b6. What a weird move, but probably a good one. Okay. Should I have played d6? I mean, I could play d6 the move before. Maybe that was better. And he gets to play c6, it seems. Knight d5 and c6. That's not good news. I don't see a good move in this position. That was nice, nicely played. Knight b6. Ooh, not good. Not good at all. Don't even have any good square there. It's very, very, very bad, this position. Okay, so here f5 was played. Wow. I have no discovery here, really? It's hard to believe, but maybe that is the case. Okay, let's play a simple developing move. And here, yeah, okay, then just go for the endgame here. c5 here, yeah, that's kind of logical, yeah, opening up the whole thing. Yeah. Simply not a good position. So here, knight e5. I was planning queen h4. Yeah, okay. No reason not to play it. So here h4 was played. So he's really going for it. Trying to attack even in this position. So do I get my rook into the game? Rook to c1. That would really be great. Maybe just queen a1 or something. But yeah, he's got the h file. Yeah. And now I'm not sure. Okay, let's jump. Let's look at this. That's not even my move. Now he's playing c4 here. So knight d4 up to c6. So back to this game. I mean, I can check on a2, but that's not really helping me that much. I mean, I can go g4, maybe g4, simply to keep stuff closed. Now, come on. Let's play that move. Yeah, bishop to a4 here. Yeah, that's this nothing is ever going to happen position. Bishop c2. Maybe. Okay, so what about this? He's allowing me this check. Rook d8 check, rook f8 check, king to g6. It cannot be that bad, right? That I'm getting that in. Let's go for this. So just h3, and of course instantaneously. Yeah, maybe it's a good move. So how do I get my rook into that game? I can also go rook a1 for a possible rook a7, but rook c1 really looks right. It looks right. Okay, let's go for rook c1. And here he's playing back. So I can take this, I can give that check now, or b4, or check first. I'm not so sure about that check, to be honest. Maybe just b4 first, yeah. Why not? Yeah, and here knight d4 in that strange game. So if I move the queen, he has queen to h4. Sorry, queen to g4, sorry. great. Yeah. Not much that I can do here. Yeah, here, that's not great. Yeah, this thing is going to keep that with c6. Amazing. Huh. And here, whatever. So, and this position, this is one of the nicer ones. Oh, he's just grabbing that pawn without any concern. He is grabbing that pawn. Okay. So knight h4, knight f5 or something. I can go g6, of course, after knight h4, but then check. It's just a check. Okay, or first this check. I get the knight to f5. Okay, I cannot really calculate that, so let's just get started with one of the good continuations. So knight is going to e7 in that game, so he wants knight g6 f4 probably. Well, I mean, I can take b7, but it looks kind of greedy. Or just e5. Let's activate the rook. That was the original idea. So, and this one, and here knight takes b2. Staying true to the computerish approach. Okay. So yeah, well, that was clear. Yeah? Rook c8. I was thinking bishop e4 to f5 is an idea now, but or can I do something else? Like rook d1 for rook d4. Then actually there's a weak back rank in the mix. Okay, let's go to f5 then. Okay, here that's a nice position. Simply very good control over everything. And here bishop to f6. Okay, so it's going for a pin of that knight. Yeah, I cannot go f4 here. The queen on b6 is, it's a tricky thing. So how do I get rid of this thing? Maybe just king h2, knight d2, rook f1. Yeah, maybe let's do that. Okay, so here he rescued his knight. And so maybe like e5 or something. I mean, I really don't care anymore. So c6. Yeah, this game. Yeah, I'm just a pawn down here. It is just a pawn. Yeah, and g6 in this position. Rook f8. Now I actually can go to g7 if he likes. I check if I go rook h8. King g7. Now there's no real good move after king g7. I have to play something. I really have to. Okay, so what about this? So he's defending against this with a tactic. Bishop f5, he wants to take with the queen. Yo, that is certainly possible. I can check on a2 here. King e7, then I don't really have a good move. f3 is also not great. I don't know. Time is getting more and more important, that I'm not completely falling behind. Yeah, well, this is a great position here. Just taking stuff. Yeah, here, taking here. And a6. So he's allowing f4, yeah? Just like that. Or I can go rook e3. Okay, let's go f4. And here I was still intending rook f5, knight f4, queen f3. Yeah, it's okay. Knight f4. Wait, knight f4, queen f3, knight takes h3. But I have rook h5. Yeah, okay. It's getting kind of tricky. So c2. Any kind of counter attack. It looks kind of dangerous still. For black, a little bit at least. Takes. Huh, tja. Anyway, I don't care. So, let's push this back. And here, yeah, I'm still in this pin here with the queen. I'm still in that pin. Oops. Now it switched to that Benko game. Yeah, I'm taking this. And now, the knight on d3. How to get this attack going? Maybe take this first. That cannot be bad. Yeah, here he took that, of course. Yeah, okay. I don't care. Check. So, and here, yeah, here I should try to invade with the king on the light squared. So, let's get this going. Cover this, and here he's just running wild here with the with the king. So what does this all mean? Bishop f5, he still can take with the queen. Okay. Just back to f3 or something. I don't know. I cannot spend even more time. Yeah, that looks quite dangerous, but how do I actually go ahead here? e5, de, knight e4, something like that is looking kind of dangerous, but I really don't know if it is as decisive. Yeah, come on. Let's gamble a little bit with that. Oh, knight e6. I didn't expect that move. Okay, I'm glad that I can take it. So here, yeah, I was thinking bishop takes. The knight is, I think, quite good in this position. And this is just a nice position. Here, What is this? He actually moved the queen away. Knight b5, queen e4. B5 is also a move. What a strange position. Okay, so here I intended g5. Let's do this. Oh, queen d5. Annoying little move there. Pointing out that I'm kind of unharmoniously placed. e5 is his idea. e5. Tja, I guess I have to move the rook. There's not much else really. Okay, so king up. And here the bishop back to e6. How do I get this? Can I get something in this position? I really wonder. Yeah, this knight h4 move was probably a really bad idea. Okay, let's get this back. Yes, so here knight c5. I can take c4, but I wonder if this is really the best move. Yeah, the rook here on d4 is also kind of interesting. Might swing over to h4. Okay, let's open up. And here, yeah, take it. Yeah, and this position, I was thinking maybe I can, if I take d5, maybe I can use this temporary activity that I have, but it's really temporary. Not good. No, it's just not good. What can you do? So, I don't know. Where do I actually enter with the king? Let's think about this for a moment. Well, I don't need to. So here, yeah, okay, h4. And he's giving me some checks here. Okay, anyway, so f5. Wow. Okay. I'm still not using this damn rook. How can I get the rook into the game? Rook d1 or something. I mean, he threatens to take on g4. I mean, this is kind of serious. Can check there. No, okay. Let's take that one. Rook h8. That is a good move. Intending rook h7. I did not play that well. Not really. Okay, so here my idea was knight to e4. Without really calculating if it works, I have to really admit that. Yeah, bishop d5 looks like it is a valid reply. It really does look like it. Okay, if I take with the pawn on e5, it just takes with the bishop, huh? And then I can take h7. I don't know. Let's gamble a little bit here. What is happening here? Am I actually doing... This was the game where I thought the guy was cheating, right? And is this winning now or what? I don't know. What a strange game. Okay, so here g6. Okay, so here queen f3 was my intended move. Knight takes h3, there's rook h5, so that's okay. C5, crazy stuff. What a crazy position. Yeah. Oh, h5. That's good news. Rook h7 was much tougher, so now I can actually go back. So I was thinking I might be able to use my temporary development here or something. Rook c5, he can go take a2. Huh? No. Not good. Not good at all. So what is this here? Knight to b7. Okay, let's control a5. And here, yeah, he's just infiltrating here in this game. Very understandable. Queen b2 is probably the idea. And then maybe rook c2, but I don't have a move here. I mean, knight f1 maybe for rook c1. Okay. So here, okay, look here. I have to go b5 at some stage. So check here. What now? Are you checkmating me now or what? Something like that, probably. Okay. So bishop c6, not so great. Okay. Let's start with that move. Yeah, this is this Dream King's Indian position where I'm controlling the whole board. Yeah, here I'm just hoping to draw this rook endgame, a pawn down. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh yeah, I've got to check now here, right? Bishop f8 check. Bishop f8 check. Rook f7. Bishop h6. Okay, now it switches to that position. Why? I don't know why. Okay, I think probably I should tidy up some stuff anyway. Let's see. Yeah, here it's my move actually. So knight c4, and here, yeah, he took there on e1. What can you do? So this check. So if I'm going to g4, or can I just go there? I still think that it's a comp. So here, yeah, bishop c6, huh? That's good. So what about this? He's activating the rook there and threatening bishop f1 maybe. Bishop c1 is a bloody passive move. I don't know if I have got something better. So here he blundered this knight, but the question is how bad it is. Check, king f7, bishop h6 and queen c3, yeah? But I'm kind of, I mean, c1 is protected and e1 is protected, so I'm not getting checkmated easily. Wow. Oops. Tja, I'm really struggling here in some games. This is looking okay. It's nowhere my move, really. Oh, here, now here it's my move. f6 has been played. It's been played, so something like that. Here. Okay, so here I can take this now, taking this piece, and here, yeah, here this is a fantastic position, and the good thing is that I can very easily play it even with minimum time. So king up to c4. Yeah, here I have bishop e8, huh? I was thinking maybe f6, huh? And I cannot take because of bishop d6. What kind of? Or I can take b7. That hey, it's not so crazy just taking b7. Naja, but that's right. That's the right move. Okay, so check here. Where am I going? Like f3 or something. So what is this? My bishop is hanging. I cannot really do something active, huh? So I have to move the bishop. To d1 probably. Okay, so here he took on e5. I was thinking rook e5, that was my idea. Okay, so here I'm checked. And here maybe, I don't know. So, yeah, he checked me on d5. I can take it. It's not that bad. Oh, I can take it is a good way to put it. I have to take it. So knight e4 here. Yeah, that's still this kind of nothing is ever going to happen position. It's really nothing happening. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so here, what did he do? He took this pawn. Yeah, so if I go rook h5, what then, knight f4 or something? Or e5 is also a move. I don't know. Let's play. Okay, here I can go b4, gaining space, and here he just took this pawn. Yeah, the problem is he has a ton of pawns. I mean, really a ton. Three connected passes. How do I get this coordinated? The bishop is especially bad on d1, I mean. Okay, so it's switched. Let's take that back. So yeah, we get this rook endgame, and here queen e5 was played. Yeah, now he took some time now, yeah, for a change. Rook c1, yeah, that was the idea. I have to do this. The rook is necessary. So is this a draw or something? That would be crazy. So a5. I would love to put the knight on d5. Let's do this. Okay, so b5 here in this position, I don't know. Yeah, rook a5 and then b5. Okay, so here he took with the knight. So I was thinking I can take h7 now. King takes, bishop e3 check, winning the queen. Come on, let's take it. Take that. And wow, I can take this, right? Yep. This looks a bit like a draw here, this thing. I mean, even though, I mean, I really thought he was a cheater, but it doesn't. Maybe not. I mean, maybe not. Okay, so let's just play the normal moves here. And queen to b4 in this position. It's really weird. Knight, I can take e4 here. Knight d5, queen takes e4. But here I can actually castle, so I should do that probably. So here like b5, and then he's got rook d5. That's not good. That's not a good idea. In general, I would like to trade pawns. It's a very nice position, very nice endgame for him. I have to admit that. It's also nicely centralized. So going back here and knight d7. Yeah, just defending like it's the easiest thing in the world. Maybe, yeah, maybe he just can defend this easily. So what am I doing? Bishop g5 or knight f6 or something. He's got at least one check, of course. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so here he just played a move to cover that. This is a good idea, yeah. Prevent f6 and ask him what he's going to do next. And b5, right? Takes. Nah. Maybe I can actually improve. This is better even. So he went c5 here. Now that's a very direct way to do it. Maybe a good way, but quite direct. My d1 bishop is really doing absolutely nothing. And it's in danger of being pinned all the time. Okay. So here I was thinking knight d5, but he can probably sacrifice the exchange. Huh? That is very likely. Rook a3 or something. But rook c1 is also quite strong. Rook c1, ba6. Anyway. And here, just take everything without any fear. So I can check on h6, for example. And that is really nothing, really. So he's going to e7 then, or what? That's not... It's really working. Check here, yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. So maybe I get bishop to a4 here. And this is still a nice position here. Yeah, okay, let's open it up. So bishop f8, huh? Close to stalemated. Cannot. It's a hard time to move any of his pieces. So how am I going to do that? King b5, he's going to play king b7 probably. Okay, so go a5. Yeah, here I actually was able to castle. Yeah? That's really, really good. So again, knight d5, yeah? Queen d4, bishop e3, queen takes e4. Hard to believe, but he can probably play that. So maybe I'm just taking this now, or a4 is a move. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit panicky because of the time situations. Yeah. So here I was thinking king b4. That was my idea. b6 check on the 7th. Yeah, okay, that's better. And here rook d6, which is doing not much, but also nothing much wrong, of course. If I play knight f3, is going rook c6. Sure. b4, yeah, b4 might be weakening, but anyway, it can't be that bad, really. So what is this? I don't get that move. I really don't. What is the point? Bishop b3, is that the point? Maybe. Okay, I'm getting out of this. Lost the idea anyway. So king g8. Okay, this is just a piece up. And here, can I get stuff traded? Like a4. Then it's got rook b1. Naja. Okay, so here, okay, he's attacking c4. Let's cover that up for bishop a4. And what? He's just giving the queen here because of this counter idea. Are you crazy? What are people doing to me here? That's crazy. Queen c5. What? Ah. Wow, what a move. Wow, that's just winning for black. Cool. That was strong. So I had to play queen h6 or something. Wow. Yeah, I probably missed like tons of wins in this game. But that's a nice move, queen c5. I have no move here. That's really the big problem here. I have no checks, and he's taking here with check. That's really strong. If I take here, b takes. I mean, I'm also mate on the back rank. So, wow. And he's taking his check. I have absolutely no move. Wow, that was strong. Very strong. Okay, so here, this is also a good defense. Knight f6 check, knight f6, bishop f6, and then he has rook h5. Great. So how do we continue to attack? Rook f1 probably. Yeah, have to play a move. So what about this? I'm taking here. And what about this game? If I go queen to d5, isn't that pin strong? Yeah, let's do that. And here, okay, that's my move here again. Going back. Yeah, and of course he took now with the pawn. Yeah, I have no moves. There is also, I know it switches back to that one. Yeah, because my clock is even further down here. Okay, so he's playing queen to c7. Do I have a good move here? I mean, I have discoveries with the rook, but I don't really see a good one at the moment. Maybe just h4, yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, this is just lost. Great. I mean, I only have queen to e1. So okay, I can still play that move. So here he took e4, which was expected, but I didn't really have any particular choice. So I can take c5 now, right? There is no real reason not to. And here, okay, he's giving this check. Yeah. Okay. So, and here e5 was played. Okay, going back here. Still nothing happening. And bishop a4, that was the idea in this game. Check. That's one of the problems. So okay, so here king b5. That's really nice. Yeah, this is a very nice position. Okay, rook e8. So how do I get anywhere here? Maybe this. Yeah, and queen takes, rook b1, king takes. Okay, I can resign here, right? King takes, he has a check on e8, queen takes, rook b1. So, yeah, that queen c5 move was bloody murderous. Okay, resigns. Sorry. So, knight to c4. If I go here, let's do that. So, okay, open this up, and this is this weird game where I had blundered the queen, which is still kind of It's still continuing, this game. Yeah, I can check again on f8, king g7, and then I don't have a particularly convincing move. Still, my bishop is not doing much. H4 is always hanging, and it's a kind of a problem. Okay, let's go h5. Yeah, and here this guy sacrificed the exchange as expected. Let's take it. And here f5. So f5, I can actually, yeah, okay, let's push this. Rook here. Okay, on b6 I can always check on a7. So maybe I should try f5. Yeah? f5 takes rook f1. Okay, so here bishop to c6. And here rook e5 is probably good, huh, for the pin. Bishop d3, okay. Yeah, that always was a weird game, and it still is. So let me check here and try to sort my thoughts a little bit. That was resigned. So still have a couple of games going. Yeah, rook d3. Knight c4 coming. Okay, I'm getting out of these checks now. Wow, 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 wow. This one. That even stronger than taking on a3, b2 or what? He's offering me a draw. Really? Huh. Interesting. I mean I'm just very clearly worse, so okay. Let's take that draw. Or maybe he offered the draw earlier. Okay, so probably it wasn't a draw offer. I mean, it was a draw offer, but earlier. I just had this message that there was a draw offer. Okay, here I'm going back. So what about this? He's not taking a draw. I mean, it's just a bad position. Okay, like here and trying to block on b1 or something. So what about this now? I mean, I can check here and h6 check. And isn't this kind of dangerous? A bit? Okay, let's start with a check. So what about this here? Still this rook endgame, a pawn down. Okay, here this is this dream position that I can grind for, yeah, till all eternity, let's say. So this is also a fantastic grind. How he can barely move his pieces. Yeah. So let's go g4. And here, yeah, so he's covering e6. Nice, it's nice, but still don't see a win. Let's play a move like that. And now h6, h5. Okay, bishop takes d5, just taking this pawn. That's the most pressing thing on his mind. Knight f6, knight takes, bishop takes, queen, rook h5. That's still defending, eh? Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. A move like rook f6 is not really threatening anything. That's one of the problems. Knight f6, knight f6, rook f6 is also not really forcing. Wow, that's really hard to believe, this whole thing. If I go bishop f6, he's going what? Rook h5. Queen h6 for knight f6 maybe? How is he defending that? I don't know, I have to play. Okay, so here... what a rotten position. Always cool to see what kind of bad positions you can have. So again, this is jumping, and yeah, I don't know. So here, he's got, does he have something? He's got a check on f4. It would be cute to get bishop c2 in somehow, but it's not covered, obviously. Okay, so I have to play. So queen d4. Yeah, I have to play a move. Ah, yeah, here he wants to go knight c3 if I go queen b1, so probably here. Yeah, I know. Okay, so the rook trade is not especially great, so get the rooks, or keep the rooks on the board. Just normal stuff. Here I'm taking this one, h5. Okay, so after g5 he's totally incarcerated, but I don't know if I can still win because the position is very, very closed. So maybe take it, then f5. That's better, huh? So, and here I'm just going back. Rook a6. Okay. Okay, let's take here first. And here I can take c5, right? Yeah. Let's take it. So, what about this? Tja. And now, yeah, he's pinning. Huh? He's pinning me, the bishop here. So probably have to go back again. Then move the bishop. Yeah, this still remains kind of unspectacular. And here I thought I can take. It's a good moment to take. So what is this now? Knight f6, bishop f6, and then he's got rook h5 check. So I should probably move the king. That runs into bishop g2 check. Bishop f6, queen f5. Yeah, anyway, I have to play a move at f5, and here just a bishop move somewhere. Bishop a5. Now this is jumping. Okay, I take here. Bishop a5, I guess. And still this kind of nothing position. Knight d2 or something. I don't know. So a5, that's a good move. Yeah, trying to weaken the b4 pawn. So here I was thinking rook f1. Yeah, for the f file. Okay, so here queen over to the king side. What is this? He wants to go bishop e3 here, right? Bishop e3, bishop c1. Can you believe it? Okay, so here I was thinking g3 actually. There's nothing wrong with that, I think. Okay. Yeah, I can take here now. d5. Just knight c3 to trade this thing. Yeah, maybe. Okay, it's going to f5. Yeah, the thing is that rook f6 is winning the queen back, but he's got his pawns there. But it looks kind of mate-ish. Huh? It looks like a mate somehow. What about g4? G4, and then he's got the check again. And again this is jumping here to another position. Time is getting critical. How do I? This is definitely a win somehow, but how exactly? Where is this mate? Where is the mate? Maybe, I mean, okay, he cannot really do much. Maybe I just have to move the king or something to make my knight mobile. Bishops. G4 is not working. Shoot, I have to move. I don't know, I have to move. Okay, here was d6, huh? Just forking stuff. Or, I mean, okay, I actually... My queen is unprotected. He maybe has queen e6, rook, knight e6, as sick as it is. Okay. What the heck? Okay. Just grab stuff. take it. Okay, so this one. Okay, take it. And still nothing happening really. Okay, so rook b5 is the move that is probably just around the corner. Maybe I get an e4. Okay, keep that covered. And here I have rook f6 coming up. So yeah, now the b pawn is also running. So what about this? He has knight b5, but then I have knight c4, so I can approach with the king. Still not much going on. So, yep, have to continue this grind. I was thinking I was winning material there, but it wasn't really happening. Okay, so let's check. I'd like to get a picture. I still have a ton of games going on. It's really quite a lot. Okay, so just rook on the 7th, I guess. So he went rook e6 here, yeah, this game. Unbelievable stuff. So I can go rook d1 maybe. Wow. Okay, so here he went back to c8. Unfortunately, I cannot go rook f6. He's still in the square. Maybe I can play that actually. King b5. He actually has no moves. Yeah. If I play something like that, he simply has no move here in this game. Yeah. Okay. So here, wow, rook e8. Rook e8. Knight d, unbelievable. Knight d5, rook e1 or what? I also have rook d5, knight d5, rook e1, king f2. Wow, it's got the other rook g2. Okay. Okay. I mean, I have to still be relatively quick. Okay, take here, knight g5. I really don't want to blunder one of those positions where I'm like up a ton of material. Oh, bishop d5 is the move I did not see, of course. Idiotic, no. I really don't want to lose this game, yeah. After he handed it back to me. Okay. Yeah, what a game. So what about this now? Okay, is this rook there? I can go c6. Okay, let's go c6. Cut off the rook. Ah, bishop d5. No, why did I run into this nonsense? That's really, really idiotic. It's really easy to see. Bishop d5. Ah. Okay, so is there any kind of possibility to play on? So if he takes some checks or anything. King g2, there's g4. Ah. Nah. Really hate that. So knight f3. Oh, I have absolutely no time. Absolutely no time. Oh wow, I really have to play quick now. f6. Oh, my time is really down. I'm really down on time. Queen g3. What? He's countermating me. Don't give me that one. Unbelievable, yeah? Rook e1. I cannot do anything about this guy. Great. And why is it switching to that one now, yeah? Nobody knows. And here I'm like overstepping the time in the meantime. Yeah, I don't rook e1, yeah? I'm just killed here. I don't have a move. Yeah, this guy just killed me. What can I do? Okay, so this one. Yeah. Maybe there. I have to play. Wow. Okay, so it was easy move for a change. Wow. So I lost two, right? And I will lose a third one, very likely. Wow. And why is it not switching? It's not switching the boards. I'm probably losing just because of that. Sometimes this is just not working, this software. Yeah, okay. It just doesn't give me this game. So I'm losing on time some stuff. Where is it? I don't see it. I don't know. Yeah, it's not my move. Okay. So where is this? Where did I lose on time now because the board is not switching? I don't know. It was the silly game where I was up everything, right? Probably. Oh, he has also 2 seconds left. Okay, and I don't know. I lost some on time because software does not switch the games. Nothing that I can do. So this one, yeah, here I'm also close to losing on time. I don't know, 30 seconds. Here, yeah, that looks nice, but I don't really see a win. That's the real problem. And, okay, go on the 7th. yeah, okay, you get this increment, but it gets tough if it just does not show the boards that you have to play in the first place, the ones where you have absolutely no time. Yeah, no, I didn't switch any board. I don't know. So yeah, here those pawns, they this will promote. I really cannot do anything here. Knight cannot move, yeah? And I can resign that one. Why didn't I? Okay. So here I cannot go to d2 because of the check on b1. Yeah, it's already a very inconvenient position, of course. Didn't play that very precisely, obviously. I was just going king b1. I have no moves. I can take the queen finally. Yeah, and here this is the next one, which is okay. I can give him one check here. Take this. Rook g2 and b5. I don't know. So yeah, so I resigned that game. And here, yeah, I'm losing the a3 pawn here. There's really nothing I can do. And I've got 40 seconds on the clock, so I'm going to give that up as well. So, and here, yeah, it looks kind of crazy here with the king, but I have no mate. I really have no mate. Bishop check here has got bishop f3. g4 check. There's no tricks. I don't know. Okay, at least I'm winning that one. And here rook g4. Yeah, I have to move the rook back. Yeah, that's a lost endgame. So let's kick that one in as well. So that was mate. Yeah, I resigned that one. And here, it's my move. That's good. So rook c1. What a fancy move. So I'm taking this. Yeah, it's still that I have that good endgame and that good endgame. And this one where I had given up. I've given up this pawn, which wasn't really necessary, but okay, it's still kind of nice. So here he took h2. I didn't even see that this was hanging, but okay, it was tricky because of the time situation. I really had to play very quickly. So there are just very few games left. So yeah, okay, here he finally took this pawn, and yeah, it's the right move, I guess. Or do I have something? I mean, I have this check, but on g4, then I check on e6, and it's got f5, and then I don't have any check. But I still wanted to try. Nah, not even g4 is working. Okay, let's give that check. And here, well, here I can run with the king to d7, but he's got this very quick h pawn, which is kind of a problem. Yeah, I didn't want to give him the pawn, but it was difficult because, as I said, because of the time situation. Bishop a5. He's going king c8. Take c5 h4, king d6 h3. Yeah, it's a very quick pawn. I mean, bishop a5 is a total certain draw, but from that position it's kind of not what you want. Yeah, maybe I have to. So I can check here. Did I even lose that totally winning King's Indian game on time? Probably. I don't see it anymore. I probably lost that on time. Okay, so here I'm running out of checks. So how do I win this? Just get to this pawn. How do I get to the pawn? Rook f6 he will take, king d7, king b6. Okay, let's try that. I really not much I can do, so I only have those 2 games left now. And okay, so yeah, here I don't really see how I can. The h pawn is very quick, really quick. Okay, so let's try to make a draw here. Oh, king c7. Oh, that's winning for me. I can take now. Okay, so at least I'm winning that one. Okay, so yeah, here I'm slightly better in this endgame, a little bit at least. Yeah, and okay, I'm winning that one, so probably I only will have one game left. This one. I could have taken a7. Huh? Why didn't I take that? I don't really know. Okay, can improve a bit here. Yeah, and this is of course a draw. We will take all the pawns. That was a very nice endgame actually, but during this phase where everything was kind of yeah, going downhill time-wise, I screwed that up. Yeah, it's just a total draw with this opposite colored bishops. Yep, so I can also take h5. I don't know, what should I take? It's not really difference. So here, queen f5, yeah, I can just play smallish moves. Take here, I can have a draw here. I think he already offered, yeah, I accidentally, okay, then now it is a draw. Okay, so, yeah, in this game, this end game, yeah, it's a slight edge for white. His pawn is more a weakness than a strength. I could have taken a7 again. Not really sure why I'm not doing that. But okay. So yeah, okay, this was resigned. So there's just one game left. Let's see. And this end game here. Yeah, he's down very much time-wise. Basically relying on the increment. So what about queen a4? Yeah, attacking the pawn. I can go rook e3. Yeah, maybe. He's got a5. Huh? That's a probably good move. Maybe. I could queen b6. Huh? Yeah, that's the only game left. So we're playing this one-on-one. Okay, so maybe like this, rook c5, rook a5. I could have taken a7 a couple of times, not really sure why I didn't. Yeah, there's And there's the question, what's the score? It's not good. But I'm not quite sure what the precise score is. I should have a plus, but it's not much. Yeah, I had some problems with board switches. I mean, there was one King's Indian game where I was like totally winning in the final position, that I lost sometime, which is kind of a shame, because in this kind of position you just need like 1 second per move just to play something, but it simply didn't give me the game. I mean, I always got other games, and then I just lost that on time. Okay, so we trade queens now. And now I'm trying to get to the A pawn. Let's see. Yeah, so keeping that. That looks kind of nice. I don't think he can defend that. Looks very passive. I mean, rook a8 looks immensely passive. And yeah, a6 I'm taking. Yeah, that's really, if you have to play that move, things are not looking good. Okay, so I'm on the 7th, and I'm going king g3, f4, and so on. So that's nice. Yeah, he has no moves. Huh? The rook is very passive. He can go king f8, e8 or something, but, well, the f pawn. Okay, so that's a relatively good defense, but I can go with the king to e3 now. The e4 pawn is disconnected basically now from his other pawns. Yeah, here I somehow have lots of time. I really don't know why. Yeah, just coming up here with the king. It's not clear what he can do. I mean, king f6, king e3. He cannot defend the e-pawn. Yeah, if he's going f5, I can check on c6 and then take on f5. Yeah, so that's probably the easiest way to do it. Yeah, after a king move, rook a6 is also a very strong move. Threatening b6, yeah, that's actually the easiest way to do it, probably. But he cannot, I mean, he cannot even move the rook as rook c7 is hitting. So taking the pawn is the easiest, actually. Yeah, okay. Really no move. so let's grab that one and the 2 connected passes. Yeah, here my admin tells me that currently I'm on a -1 score, so if I'm winning that one, which I probably will, then it's a 50% score. Yeah, I mean, I lost like uselessly like 3 or 4 games due to the software, so what can I do? But I had some very good, I mean, some very nice play by opponents. I mean, remember that Queen C5 move? That was really nice. Yeah, here I'm going Rook A5, check, Rook B5, and then promote those pawns. Yeah, that's relatively easy. Yeah, so the check and then, or just B7. Yo, can also start with B7. But then it's got this check. Huh? Naja, checking here first is easier. Really is. Yeah, there's a question in the chat if maybe another software would be better for doing the simultaneous displays. It's a bit weird. The only software that supports the simuls is Blitzen, which I'm using here. Obviously, it's the only one who does support this, and it's working flawlessly for the other guys. But I always have problems with switching of the games. I don't know what it is, but I always have those problems. Had it from the first one on, never got it sorted out. And sometimes it's not getting to be a problem if games get finished early, but if it gets hectic like it was today, I sometimes just drop games because it doesn't give me that game. I mean, what can I do? I just don't recognize that I'm getting down on time. So it's really not much that I can do, I think. I mean, you can try to find out why it's not working for me and for the others, but I have no idea what it is. Okay, so at least this endgame is going to be a win. Yep, so he resigned that game, which means it was a 50% score. Yeah, which is a bit of a shame because, I mean, I remember at least 2 games that I lost on time that were completely winning, like with tons of material up or completely winning strategic position where you just need to get to the position and make a move. Okay, anyway, I hope it was still enjoyable. There were some very interesting and entertaining games. Yeah, some up and down struggles, really. Okay, so we're going to have new events, of course. A new Banter Blitz will be on in a couple of days, and also some more simultaneous action coming soon. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed it anyway, even though my score wasn't that great. Have a good time. See you.